Good afternoon, America. Welcome back, race fans, to the NASCAR Melling Series. The West Coast swing is in full effect. We're right in the middle of it. We were at we were at Phoenix, aka ISM, last time out, and Benedict Cumberbatch won. Both races so far this year being won by rookies. This weekend, however, we're at an entirely different track. We're in the Los Angeles area, although really it's closer to San Bernardino now that I think about it. We're at a widely different track, a very fast track. This is California Speedway. This race being the Hills Brothers 300. Flag-to-flag coverage of today's event will be brought to you, of course, by Subway. Here on the WesternCaves Sports Network. Before we get any farther, though, we got to take to the starting lineup for today's race. Emerald's on the outside of the front row and is annoyingly not lined up Dodge Charger. Alongside of him, Robbie Krieger, his second pole in 3 races this year. And number 37, firing on all cylinders. Then a pair of Rush Fender Racing drivers, Amy Schumer and Bob Dylan, in the second row. Alan Rickman will line up in row 3 along with Pete Townsend. He's doing the worst of all the rookies in the field. The other 4 are at least somewhere in the top 20. Top 16 to be exact. He's outside the top 27 of 30. David Land will line up next to Wee Man in row number 4. And Sylvester Stallone lines up next to Daytona winner Tib Foster in row 5. The defending winner of this race is Anthony Perkins, who won it in this very car, this very scheme last year, the 25. To check out that Wawa sponsorship on the side. Franklin Clinton is alongside of him. Then there's Jack Nicholson and Sammy Hagar. Patrick Starr will line up next to Ferris Bueller in the next row, and it's the teammates in row number 9. Chance Last Motorsports, Kamikaze Games, and Knuckles the Echidna in the pretty much matching paint schemes. Holy cow, the number font is drastically different. Anyway, rounding out the top half of the field, Stephen King and last week's winner, Benedict Cumberbatch. Another pair of teammates in the next row, Captain Kirk alongside of his longtime teammate and current points leader, Ringo Starr. Then Stephen Hawking will line up next to Starlight Glimmer. Amelia Earhart, row 13, along with Marty McFly and Logan Cloud, decently far back. He's really high up in points. He'll start to the outside of John Cleese. Then it's Rod Stewart and Bones. The Fonz will line up next to Bob Seger in row 16. Then Ward Gordon, who with his new Monte Carlo has promised the world a better 2020, will line up next to John Goodman. There's Sir Topham Hatt. He's alongside another rookie, second in points, Eddie Money. Wow, that's two of the 3 Braun Motorsports cars running 1-2 in points. Third towards the bottom of the list. Ann Wilson, who's running around mid-pack so far in 2 races, lining up next to Mitch Hedberg. Rounding out the field are Wario and it's Haywood Banks starting shotgun. Now, somebody to deliver the most famous words in motorsports. Engines have fired. All 40 drivers. How many of these are women? At least hardcore female. Because we got Schumer, we got Wilson, we got Earhart, and we got Starlight Glimmer. I'd have to check the roster, but I believe Hart and Wilson. Yes. 36 males, 4 females. Going through the field. 37 humans, yes. 1 starfish, 1 echidna, and 1 unicorn. Aerial coverage will be brought to you by Goodyear. Maybe not. Maybe it's Pratt Whitney. There's a helicopter cam and not a blink cam. I don't know what I'm talking about. The third race of, I believe, 32 this season. About to get underway. Pontiac and Dodge in the first row. 2-4 in the second row. Green flag is out and we're racing. Tib Foster already making a move to the outside as we're already 3 wide, almost 4 wide, mid-pack. We almost are. I think we are 4 wide. No, we are not. Not 4 wide. Robbie Krieger easily escapes to the lead very early on. Will it stay that way is the question. Will it remain? It's probably the exact wording. Hood. Probably not. We're expecting pit stops. Should this race go green, pit stops cycles to start around lap 23. Probably 23 to 25. They started at 23 in a failed recording, and a caution immediately came out. It was really interesting. They are 4 wide on the second lap. 18, 81, 1 and 24. Are they going to go 5 wide? They do not go 5 wide yet. That's really close. Cars in the wall. It's the 2 teammates. Benedict Cumberbatch also into the wall. Patrick Starr's involved. Robbie Krieger easily will race back to the line. Oh, bad luck for the 81. I think that's like the second, at least the second race of the year he's gotten involved in some stuff. And he's not taking it down pit road. Now, if you don't pit here, you might be able to 1-stop it. If you do pit, it's going to be 2 stops. I can pretty much guarantee, I don't know about the 24, it doesn't look terrible, but the 8's got a lot of damage, and the 81's on the apron. If they don't pit, I'll be shocked. It looks like everybody is on the apron. I'd go back and give you a look at what happened, but you saw pretty much exactly what happened. Benedict Cumberbatch was able to slot in the 22nd. Your Robbie Krieger has set the fastest lap of the race, believe it or not. And your 3 drivers most beaten up by that crash are the slowest ones. You can see everybody as they get to their pit road. Some drivers taking tires, some drivers fuel only. Wee Man will be the first one out because of this. Interesting pit strategy. Some drivers elect to take tires. That's probably not going to make a world of difference this early on in the race. You never know. Knuckles, Patrick, I think one car is already out. It is Kamikaze Games. What a shame. Interesting as they sort themselves out. Well, Wee Man is in the lead now. Last year, how many races did he win last year? I don't know, but he did win last year. He's leading, well, he technically hasn't led yet this year, but he's about to at the line. He was in the 26 Dodge last year. Doing so, he finished 7th in points, and okay, it was just one win. And 69 laps led. Nice. Just one win, and it was early on in the year. That did come at Las Vegas, the 4th race of the year of the season last year. That's going to be the 4th race of the year this year too. The first change in the schedule is there's no coda between Las Vegas and Homestead, and there's that whole off week is going to be moved down to the calendar, and I think that's a truck off week. A truck only week. Instead of having a week off going to Coda and then going to Homestead, they're just going to have the week off after Las Vegas and then go to Homestead. As the Cup Series will be going to Texas World. Anyway, let's go through the field since it's been shaken up a little bit. Well, it gets fuel only. They're trying to top off Wee Man, Franklin Clinton, and David Land the first 3, and at least a mixture of the rest of these took tires. Robbie Krieger in 4th, Emerald in 5th, Bob Dillon 6th, Pete Townsend 7th, Tim Foster in 8th, Alan Rickman 9th, and Marty McFly 10th. And Sylvester Stallone, Sammy Hagar, Ferris Bueller. So all 3 of the Lionel Messi racing cars are up here. Anthony Perkins, Stephen King, Ann Wilson, Starlight Glimmer, Amelia Earhart, Mitch Hedberg, and Logan Cloud. Jim Kirk, Eddie Money, Jack Nicholson, Bob Seger, Amy Schumer, Stephen Hawking, Ringo Starr, your points leader, Lord Gordon, John Cleese, The Fonz, John Goodman, Haywood Banks, Top of Map, Benedict Cumberbatch, Bones McCoy, Rod Stewart, Wario, Patrick Starr, Knuckles the Echidna, and Kamikaze Games. A very rough weekend for Chance Last Motorsports, as you can tell. One driver already out of the race in last. In all likelihood, it will set the slowest lap of the race, fastest lap, unless Patrick Starr has a lot of unseen damage and cannot get past his 42.534. Knuckles is a ton of damage, but he did already get by. 6 laps to be complete at the line. Only 2 of those have been run under green here in the Hills Brothers 300. The entire field pitted, so they're going to have to pit again. So no harm, no foul, I guess. So it's they'll make 2 stops throughout the entire race. It's a 1-stop race from here. Yeah, definitely. Green flag is out. Now, if we stay green the rest of the race, it will be very interesting to see. Now, going into turn 1, we're already 3 wide for the race lead. Franklin Clinton dove to the inside of Wee Man, and David Land dove to the inside of both of them. Clinton definitely fell like a rock. Wee Man was able to rocket by on the outside. Now they're almost 3 wide for second. Now David Land looks like he might be in the bad spot. Very interesting racing product we're seeing thus far. The inside looks pretty good, but so does kind of the outside line. Alrighty, that lap was 40. Oh, yeah, 41.4. That damaged car. 41.5 pretty much. That's what Knuckles just ran. That's right, because that fastest lap would probably been when they weren't up to speed. Anyway. Wee Man, Franklin Clinton. Robbie Krieger now in third. Pete Townsend moves up to fourth. David Land back to fifth. Bob Dylan trying to hold off sixth from Sylvester Stallone in a big gaggle of cars. Ferris Bueller is running third in points. 46 behind Ringo Starr and 20 behind Eddie Money. It's really interesting how the points have been working out so far. Two of the three Braun racing cars atop the leaderboard, they separated from the Lionel Messi organization, became Toyota, merging with Atkins Motorsport. And then the two Lionel Messi restarted his Melling program, and two of his three are third and fourth. Meanwhile, Robbie Krieger up to second, already going for the race lead. Nobody has cracked the elusive 40-second mark this race. Everyone except for KG has cracked 41 seconds, though. As you can see, a lot of three-wide action here at the front of the pack as the field sorts out. Knuckles is very off pace. Might play a role into this race. It sucks. His last lap was a 41.5, so he's like a second slow. If he's a second slower, they're gonna probably catch him right towards the end of the race. Of course, if they pit, oh yeah, the pit. It's gonna be interesting. Anyway, Franklin Clinton now the leader. I don't know what I keep doing. But Franklin Clinton's your leader. Sammy Hagar is in second at the moment as they're three wide right behind him. Bob Dylan up down low. Wee Man up high. Robbie Krieger in the middle. Chevys, Fords, Pontiacs mainly up here. But look at this gaggle of Dodges. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Dodges right in a row pretty much. Including all three Lionel Messi ones. Oh! $41. Anyway, there goes Wee Man into third. They're four wide. Ooh, nearly contact. A ton of Chevys around the Toyota of Captain Kirk. Oh, I'm about to go four wide again. Ringo! Oh! Oh, contact between Amy Schumer and Eddie Money, it looked like. Somehow they didn't turn. Ringo's really getting a run on the 74, it looks like, a couple times. Looks like he's going to make it four wide. Zertabamat wants he does make it 4 wide. Contact. Oh. Still green. That's one advantage about California. It's a pretty wide track. You can get away with 4 wide more often than you can at, say, Daytona. Oh! Anthony Perkins really washed up the track there. Anyways, we failed to notice it. Sammy Hagar had taken the lead by 1/1000th of a second. But now Franklin Clinton takes it back. Contact! John Goodman, John Cleese, Amelia Earhart all involved. Yeah. Logan Cloud gets shuffled back. Almost 3 wide, 4 wide for third. That's what I meant to say. Stephen King has snuck all the way up into the 3rd spot. Oh, Chip Foster nearly gets run over by Amy Schumer. We remain green. Clinton is your leader. Krieger in 2nd. As you can see, field looks like it's settling down very slightly as they try to brace in for the long haul. Pit stops, I think, will be coming up in the next 10 laps, and that should paint a picture on how far everybody can go. They can pit, if they pit on lap 27, they might be able to make it to the end. Some drivers might have to pit at the very end. If they pit any time before that, it's gonna... we could see drivers running out. Anyway, Robbie Krieger is going to lead this lap at the line. 4 wide, once again in the back. Towards the back, at least. Oh, and the way these cars sort themselves out is very hairy. Car's almost bouncing off the wall. The way they drive, it almost looks like it. All of a sudden, look at this. Stephen King was going for the race lead. Doesn't look like he'll get there this time. Got a little bit of a... no, not enough. Not clearly enough to lead the lap. Knuckles, did he take tires? He should have taken tires if he did. It'll be very interesting to see where these guys get spread out. Oh! Some of these lines are just asking for mayhem the way they run them. Stephen King, once again, was decently close in line. Marty McFly, Kid Foster up here. He is 4th in points. Could he be looking to gain that all-important points lead once again? Well, look who else is also up here. 3 of the Rush Fender Racing drivers up here in the top 15. The other 2 right towards the back of the pack. Still 3 wide through portions of this pack. But they have definitely, as these tires have worn out a little bit, they're definitely calming down. Now Stephen King did make it to the race lead. Knuckles around half the track behind. Marty McFly trying to make it 3 wide for third. Surprisingly, it was the outside that didn't really work out that time for the 3 wide. Maybe it was the inside. Townsend's getting a run. That being said, McFly has the position at the line. Speaking of position, Emerald just takes second. That's what it was. Straight away from Robbie Krieger. The field nearing the halfway point. Ferris Bueller is faded. Points leader Ringo Starr is towards the back. Eddie Money is getting up here. Probably trying to prevent Tim Foster from taking the points lead. 24 laps complete. Emerald just trying to make a look on Stephen King. However, the famed horror author already pulling out to a big gap. And look at, here's Knuckles coming down at lap 24. His lap 24. Possibly getting out of the way. Possibly scheduled. It's possible he just did not take any fuel when he was in the pits. He is taking on tires, so at least for just a little bit more, he's out of sight, out of mind. Might be able to make it if you pit here. I don't know. Well, you probably will. There's a good chance you will. Nobody did. Knuckles probably won't be able to go the distance. No, I don't know. Anyway, now Pete Townsend going for third. And our first drivers hit pit lane, Marty McFly and Franklin Clinton. I think the 23 laps, they should be able to make it in unless something stupid happens. Wee Man, Ann Wilson, Bones, John Goodman, Alan Rickman, and Ringo Starr join them. Could this be the winning move of the race? Now, Emerald going for the lead on Stephen King. No. Are they pitting? They're both pitting, it looks like. And Jim Kirk is going to end up leading this lap. David Land stays out. Perkins, Earhart, but King, Emerald, Robbie Krieger, Pete Townsend, Amy Schumer, and a ton others. Looks like 4 drivers have stayed out. These guys will definitely go the distance after their pit stop, that is. Should be coming down. now. Who is the virtual? Is it Wee Man? It might be Wee Man. Here's Stephen King. David Land got credited with leading that lap. There's Marty McFly and there's Stephen King. I think King. Wow, McFly is going a little bit faster. It looks like King will be able to hold the spot for the moment. More drivers come out of pit lane. Oh, Kirk onto the grass. Probably to get out of the way of Stephen King, who will resume his stance as race leader. There we go. I'd say the speeds have equaled out. Cycled out, Stephen King is your leader. Marty McFly in second. Franklin Clinton third. The field a lot more spread out. That being said, you still have some packs like this one. 6, 7 car pack. A 6 car pack right behind them. A bunch of more scattered drivers. Marty McFly, Franklin Clinton, and it looks like Emerald trying to close in here. 3 Dodges and a Chevy. But it's looking like possibly the start of a second pack is back here. Toyota and 2 Fords, potentially another Ford and a Dodge. Four drivers have ran sub 40-second laps, those being the 12 of Emerald, the 2 of Franklin Clinton, the 20 of the Fonz, and the 9 of Bob Seeger. These guys getting into a line might be able to form up a big pack. These guys are mainly spread out. Knuckles will be caught, I think. It looks like. Stephen King distancing himself from McFly, Clinton, and Emerald, or at least trying to. This pack is formed up, just as I suspected, with an additional Toyota in Jim Kirk. Also trying to join is Stephen Hawking in a Chevy and Leonard McCoy in a Dodge. You take to the spectator cam and you can get a better idea of where everybody is. There's Knuckles Echidna running nearly a whole lap behind the rest of the field. There's your 2 leaders, 4 leaders. We're exiting 4. And there's your next pack. Just now hitting the stripe. Another pack, as you can see, a lot of the field. Now almost split into 3 almost. Almost 4. With Amelia Earhart, I guess. John Cleese, Haywood Banks, Anthony Perkins, Jack Nicholson, Robbie Krieger, and Logan Cloud. Separating this first pack of like 7, and there's this next pack of 7 I already mentioned. And this next pack of 11. We get 25 car pack if they could all form up. 33 if they could get up here. I think I miscounted somewhere. Plus these would be Franklin Clinton now being scored as the leader. Must have been 8. Just counting 8. Oh yeah, should be counting. Now what? Marty McFly up at the front. Oh, some driver's slow. Is there a big checkup or something? No? Okay. See, these guys are all getting into like a line. This is a solid wad of 8 drivers. They're battling out for 5th at the moment. What are they catching? I don't know. No, these guys actually just lost a ton of ground. Probably because these guys are all not pretty much single file as the most of the rest of the field is. So there's the X Factor and Knuckles Echidna. Knuckles the Echidna. Eddie Money looking like he's going to try and take the points lead from his teammate. Now the cars are running. Whoa, both of the JTG Joe Tree cars are up here. I can't remember who Wario drives for now. As Stephen King going for the race lead. Wario's a teammate of Jack Nicholson, I believe. That's what, PVC Racing, I think? These guys starting to group up. Say they kind of have grouped up. It's just hard to tell. Oh, these guys did already catch and pass Knuckles. Oh, they barely lost any time. Oh, there's 3 wide for second. I think Knuckles could be... It's possible Knuckles is really just slow because he lost the draft. I mean, he's kind of slow up. Now Marty McFly is your race leader. I mean, that still wasn't really on pace, but still. Looks like he's got the corner speed. It's just hurt his top end. But it's definitely hurt them, as you can see, being in this giant glob. A very methodical race. Very different than what we thought would envelop is a very hectic, not necessarily chaotic, but just hectic. It's possible this The pack could be kind of catching the leaders a little bit. I don't think will be enough. Unless these drivers run out of fuel. Or if they don't really get held up by Knuckles and do get a toe off of him. These guys group up. Don't try to race each other. And these guys just keep racing each other. Six laps to go. Well, no, not yet. 6 laps to go at the line. Marty McFly, your leader, has never won in NASCAR. I don't think Stephen King has. Franklin Clinton, pretty sure, is not. The only one here I think who has is Emerald. Oh, a big power move. Ooh, it looks like they might have been affected a little bit. This race is going to be... Especially since if caution comes out pretty much now, the race is over. And they nearly just brought out a caution. 5 to go. There would not be enough time to get back green. Or Eddie Money. Stephen King looking away around the 1. I mean, around the 42. He is the 1. Cannot get around. 4 to go. Will anybody dive down right at the end of the race? I don't think so. Unless these guys' tires just fall off a cliff. Kirk, Hawking, Townsend are... There's not enough time for really anybody other than maybe Kirk or Hawking to have a chance at, you know, actually racing. Clinton very slow. 3 laps remain. Now, Stephen King takes a peek down low. Confirm no one on pit road. But now Emerald's going to get a run up high. 5 miles left. Knuckles pits again. He'll be out of the way for the rest of the race, but I wonder how much in the way he was up until that. Top 6 all single file. 2 to go. Emerald looking low. Looks like, oh, he's going to clear. He does clear off of 2. Oh, they might have washed up to avoid Knuckles. Who's going to probably come back up in the pack and could really affect these guys. Kirk isn't really interfered. Maybe Stephen Hawking. White flag is out, and Emerald is your leader. McFly trying to take a look in the 1. Can't really get it. No, McFly closing a little bit down the back. Coming off of 2. King trying to get a run on McFly. King's going to do the crossover. He's going to go down low. McFly's hung out to dry. Or is he? Is he going to get a power up high? Emerald's looking pretty slow. Here comes King. It's a 3-wide finish. I think Marty McFly is going to win it. Yes, he does. McFly is a winner. There's the rest of the field. Anybody pitting at the very end? No. No, sir. There are your official standings. Marty McFly, your winner. Emeril Lagasse, second. Stephen King, third. Who knows who the points leader is now? I don't know. Probably Ringo. I'm fairly certain Ringo still has the points lead. Unless Franklin Clinton. I don't think Franklin Clinton had enough. Maybe he did. There's your bottom. Yes, that was from a mess up earlier. Eddie Money took an extra lap for some reason. KG last. Knuckles second to last. Some drivers taking some really bad. Amy Schumer dropped 33rd. That's not what I wanted. Here we go. And your point standings. Franklin Clinton up to third in points. Wow, Living Cloud stayed put. Fifth. Only lost. He's been in fifth literally every race this season. And he only lost not much ground. Only lost 12 points of ground. Your top 27 in points. Some big gainers. Marty McFly up 21 spots. Easily. Biggest day. Other people had big days. Ann Wilson and Jim Kirk up 15. Wee Man up 14 in points. So top of that, John Goodman, Leonard McCoy, and Stephen King up 10 points. Meanwhile, big losers in points. Wario, Mitch Hedberg, KG down 15. Rod Stewart, Patrick Starr down 12. And both Knuckles and Amy Schumer down 10. That is it for us. Next weekend will be at Las Vegas. That's the Elvis Impersonators 300. Tomorrow will be the Endeavor Hero Agency 500. Right here at California. So you won't want to miss that. There's huge championship implications just going into the race. It's only race 3. So for everybody on the WesternCaves Sports Network, I'm Logan Cloud. We will see you next time out, either for Cup here at California or at Las Vegas for the Melling Series.